It was a cold December evening. The train station buzzed with noise, announcements echoing through the air, passengers rushing past, tea sellers calling out in hoarse voices. Among the crowd stood a young woman named Arushi, clutching a small backpack and a ticket to Delhi. She wore a simple sweater, her hands buried in her sleeves to shield them from the chill. Her eyes were tired, haunted, almost. She had run away. Away from a house that never felt like home. Away from a father who blamed her for her mother's death. Away from a life where she felt invisible. She had 320 Indian rupees in her pocket, no phone, and one plan: to disappear. As she stood alone on platform 8, something strange happened. A man sat beside her on the bench. Not too close, not too far. Mid-40s, wearing a long brown coat and a woolen cap. A gentle face. A notebook in his hands. And no luggage. At first, she ignored him. But after a few minutes, he looked at her and said softly, "You look like someone who needs to talk." No pressure, but I'm a good listener. Arushi hesitated. But something about the man felt safe. Familiar, almost. Against her better judgment, she spoke. Not much at first, just that she was going to Delhi, that she didn't like home, that life had been complicated. The man nodded, scribbling in his notebook as if sketching the sound of her voice. Then he said something odd. "Do you know why I sit here every evening?" She shook her head. He smiled, eyes distant. "I once lost someone at this platform. My daughter. She was 15. Beautiful soul. Kind. But I was too strict. Too blind to see her pain. One day, she left. Just like that. I never saw her again." Arushi's heart tightened. The air between them grew heavier. Still, the man continued. "Since then, I come here every December evening. Not to look for her. Just to be here. In case someone like her needs to be heard." Arushi wanted to ask more, but the announcement blared. Train number 1227, Reway to Anand Vihar, arriving at platform 8 in 5 minutes. Her train. She stood up, unsure what to say. The man reached into his coat and handed her a small packet. "Cookies," he said with a smile. "My daughter used to bake them. I kept the recipe." Arushi took them. Warm. Fresh. Homemade. Before leaving, she finally asked, "Sir, what's your name?" The man looked up, eyes glistening. "Arvind," he said. "Arvind Mayer." She froze. Arushi Mayer. Her full name. Her mother's last name. Her father's name was Arvind. But it couldn't be. Her father was a cruel man. Distant. Distant. Cold. Nothing like this gentle stranger. She shook the thought away and boarded the train. As the train moved, she looked back at the platform. But the man was gone. In Delhi, life was hard. Hostels. Part-time jobs. Long nights. But Arushi felt freer than ever. One day, while rearranging her bag, she found the cookie packet again. She had never opened it. She did now. Inside, apart from the cookies, was a note. Written in careful handwriting: "If you ever read this, I want you to know something. I wasn't the father you needed. I let my grief become anger, and my anger became silence. But I've changed. I've waited years, on the same bench, hoping, not expecting. Whether you're my daughter or not, if you're hurting, please come back. Or just write. You'll always be welcome. Arvind Mayer. C. 27, Tilak Lane, Bhopal. Arushi couldn't breathe. How could it be? Could her father really have changed? The man at the station didn't look like her father. But the words. The way he listened, the cookies, the name. She didn't sleep that night. A week passed. Then 2. And then, she bought a return ticket. It was exactly the 31st of December, a year after she'd run away. She reached the same station. Same platform. Same bench. And there he was. Old coat. Same notebook. Same gentle face. She walked toward him. He looked up. His eyes widened. And for a moment, time froze. No words. Just silence. Then tears. And a whisper. Arushi. She nodded. He stood up, hands trembling, and held out the same cookies. She hugged him. A hug 10 years overdue. End of story. Moral. Sometimes, the person you're running from is also the one waiting for you the longest. Forgiveness may not erase the past, but it can heal the future.